Let's talk a little bit about this German medicine that's being used on the British side, which is somehow not considered treason from how I'm not sure how it's not considered treason. We're using British German psychiatry. How does that make any sense? So let's say we're let's talk about war for a second. So now Hitler goes to war with Greece, and your Queen Alexandria Elizabeth, she's from Greece. So Hitler is trying to kill your queen. But for some reason, we have mixed up the weapons. We have mixed up using German psychiatry on the British side. So let's say we have, how could we have mixed that up? How could we have confused using the enemy's warfare on our own people? Being that Hitler wanted to kill the Queen, right? How did we mix up using the German warfare, the German psychiatry? How did we mix that up and using it on the British side? That would mean that your correctional officer is an idiot. If your correctional officer doesn't know that German is German and British is British, and using German items, using German strategies is a sign of killing the Queen, because that's what they did, right? On the British side, we're using German psychiatry for some reason. So how? That means your correctional officers are idiots, right? So now England has bad correctional officers. That means Germans were being put in English jails, and they convinced using German brain therapy and German brain strategies, brain qualification strategies, and they convinced the correctional officers, and they brought it to the mainstream economics in Britain. So if it did come from somewhere, did it come from it had to pass the correctional officers? So it must have came from the criminals. Because if someone wasn't checking the criminals, let's say it didn't come from the criminals. Let's say it came from Let's say it came from like a work order for new technology or something. British people were just looking for new technology. Why would it be that in 1950, this is when it came out, in 1950, right? In the 50s, psychiatry came out. Some guy named Johannes Christian Riehl, right? Why would it be that just 5 years prior, we had World War II. 5 years later, we're now using German fucking psychiatry. And how do you authorize that? You just had a war where the guy's trying to kill your queen. You're now using his weapons against your own people, doing the same thing that he was. The same thing that he was. He's trying to kill the queen, so are you. And you're in the British side using this German psychiatry. Here's another thing you didn't know that I knew. Did you know that Canadian healthcare jurisprudence is also German? So not only is their yearly jurisprudence that they need to keep updated on, fucking be fresh about. Your yearly jurisprudence is German. Your German psychiatry is German. And you claim to be British. That's pretty worthless efforts coming from the British side. Then I started searching up other stuff like war strategy. I said, is our military German war strategy? I think some of the ground game was. Some of the combat, the immediate combat, it was. So Canada and Britain are using a lot of this German stuff. That means that we are so out of date that the newest weapons for brain decisiveness, weapons for healthcare system. Not weapons for healthcare system, but newest healthcare system, newest combat sports, newest brain, fucking qualifications. All this stuff is made by fucking new Germany, and Britain hasn't done a thing. Britain is too fucking old. So why is Britain still holding on to that country? Why don't they just give it to the US, where everything is new? Where they keep updating everything, right? I wonder how often they update everything in the US. If the US won the war, then obviously they were more updated than Germany, right? So why are we using German then? If the US won the war versus Germany, why would England be using Germany for their jurisprudence, for their war tactics, for their health jurisprudence, for their fucking brain qualifications for German psychiatry? That's pretty slack. You go to your enemy to fucking ask for help. He's trying to kill your queen. When your fucking ally is the one that helped you. That's bold-faced lying to fucking America. Saying, I'm not even your ally.